Hill, and I'm here to talk to you guys about something that's been bothering me. It's been bothering me for a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of here because it's dear to me as a male. So lately, a lot of things have been going on out here in the world. Well, in the world, not just here in the U.S., but abroad in the world. And the one thing that has been going on a lot is what appears to be the demasculating of men, taking our masculinity and in a roundabout way trying to redefine it. There we go. Trying to water it down, trying to crush it, trying to do all this crap. And yeah, some people are going to be offended, but I can't worry about that. So, I'm a man. I am a male. I've been a male since the beginning, right? Obviously. I've been a male since my dad and my mom decided to come together and be that transportation for me to come here and talk to you guys today. So, as a male and as a man, more importantly, because as a male, I believe I learned how to become a man. And now as a man, it's time for me to put into implementation those things that I was taught when I was a male, aka a boy, a young man, younger man. And so when we get out here, or when we watch television, which truthfully, I don't watch it. However, with that being said, whenever I watch anything at this point, whether it's cartoons, movies, freaking commercials, it doesn't matter what it is. You have the world telling me what I should be doing and how I should be carrying myself. And it's in contrast with what I was taught. Now, I've been watching some of my older videos today, and one of the things that I saw that I was saying, I'll share to you guys before, is when I said that the female is the weaker vessel, right? So as the stronger vessel, when it comes to certain things, right? Not just muscular, but my job is to protect my weaker vessel, who is also my helpmate or my helpmeet, my helper, right? So my job is to protect my wife, who is not here right now, otherwise I'll have her sit here next to me. But my job is to protect her from anybody and anything. That's my job. I was taught that as a male, as a boy, as a young man. Obviously, I'm still a male, but my characteristics I shouldn't say my characteristics, my roles and responsibilities, have changed. My role never changed. I was just being prepared for my role. And so now you have all of these television shows. I wish I could think of this one in particular, where it's this one female. Let me not talk too honestly with you guys. But honestly, like street talk, you know, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, shawty, all this good stuff. Anyway, there's a female out there, and she's on a lot of shows, and it happens with a lot of television shows, a lot of movies, where this lady Dude, fully clothed with boots on, standing in the sun, not a typhoon, tsunami, torrential downpour. She's drenched. She may be 112 pounds. And I honestly don't think she's that. She is whooping a man's behind who is 100+ pounds bigger than her and a trained fighter also. You mean to tell me that my wife, she's not here, but you know what I'm talking about. My wife, who you guys have seen, who is, I don't have 100 pounds on her. I have a lot of pounds on her, but it ain't 100 pounds on her. As strong as she is, you mean to tell me that she's going to whoop my behind in a fair fight? Come on now. That doesn't make any sense. My wife, does she provide for me? Yes, of course she does. Does she protect me? Yes, of course she does. She protect me from myself, right? And she protects me by giving me advice. And, hey, honey, try this. Hey, honey, look out for that. Hey, honey, try it this way. Maybe not say it that way. Things like that, because she loves me, right? Can my wife just come and snatch me up by the back of my neck? No. It's not possible. That's not possible. And I'm not saying that women can't fight. I'm not saying that. That's stupid. There's plenty of women out there that can fight. There's some big women out there that, and I'm very confident in my ability to protect myself, defend myself, that I would probably think twice about going up against some big girls out there. But that's beside the point. My point is that Andre 3000 from the great state of Atlanta, and one of the best lyricists of all time. And if you don't believe me, just look for yourself. But he said in one of his songs that the television tells them their vision. The television is telling us our vision. It's telling us how to think. It's telling us what to do. So as opposed to actually using experiences from those before us and reading, I was about to grab a book, but reading books, learning from, there's a gentleman here with us, and this cat is 70+ years old. Why in the universe would I not sit and spend time, and I have, but why would I not spend time with that man and talk to him, right? He has me by a lot. Let's say it that way. He has me by a lot. He's obviously old enough to be my dad and possibly old enough to be my grandfather, if not close to it. So why would I not learn from this man? This man has a lot more experience than that stupid TV old that can ever give me. That man has a lot more experience, him by himself, than some freaking clown on The Breakfast Club. Or, yes, I said their name, or freaking Fox News, CNN, daggone The View. Well, they got some old women on there, so they have some experience, but that stuff is still orchestrated and curtailed in a way to where you're meant to view things a certain way, right? So, as a man, and I'm talking to the men, and I feel like I've done something like this before, but so much has been going on lately, it's just been bothering me, and I feel like I need to share this. As a man, it is your responsibility to protect that woman. It is your responsibility to provide for that woman, not to intentionally and purposefully take a step back and allow her to lead. That's not her role. That's not her responsibility. And if you're offended by that, I got nothing for you. That's not her role. That's not her responsibility. That's your role as a man. That's my role as a man. My wife will never lead me, ever, because that's not her role. Her role is to help me, to lead us where we're supposed to go, to lead us in the direction in which we need to be going. Will I listen to her? Absolutely. Can she talk to me? Can she tell me, hey, honey, why don't you try this? Why don't you do this, that, the other? Why are we doing it this way? She has every right to. She's my helper. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to be helping me ensure that I'm leading us down the right path. And so, please don't let these people on the stinking TVs and the radios and the movie screens, people who don't know you, who do not know you, who don't care about you, tell you how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to dress. We walking around here, excuse me, we walking around here and daggone too tight clothes. As men, we walk around here in too tight clothes. I'm not saying that we need to walk around here like we used to do with our extra baggy clothes, to where if we don't have our belts on super duper tight, we're gonna walk right out of those pants, for those who are old enough to remember those days. But what I am saying is that our pants, as a man, my freaking pants shouldn't look like they're painted on. Absolutely not. As a man, I shouldn't be walking around here and, quite frankly, be mad if you want, switching and twitching harder than my wife. Shouldn't be happening. Should not be happening. Again, be mad if you want. That being said, the UFC, they allowed a man who claims to be a woman fight a woman and put that woman not just in the hospital, but almost in a coffin. Because it's a man. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. It's America. That's what we do, right? Except for when it goes against what they're telling you that you're supposed to be doing, or if it goes against you. Anyway, that's enough. I'm not even gonna go down that path right now. I will, just not right now, because this is a call to arms per se for us men. We need to stand up and protect our women. We need to stand up and protect our own right to be a man nowadays. All right. So if you are a man, be a man and be proud of that. Take pride in that. Take honor in that. If you are a woman, be a woman. Be proud to be a woman. A woman is an awesome thing. It's a beautiful thing. God created you to be that. All right. So, please, men in particular, and there's only so much I can say as far as a woman goes, because obviously I'm not a woman. I have a wife. She can speak more. And when it comes to certain conversations, I love it. I just let her go for it. And, you know, people just like, what? Yeah, this is awesome. We'll have to do that again. But for you men and young men, it is our responsibilities to get out there and use these or this, right, to ensure that our family is secure, right? We aren't supposed to be relying on someone else. We're not supposed to be relying on something else, right? If what we're trying to do isn't working, then it's on us to make it work. It's that simple. It's on us to make it work. So I am begging you to do not allow the television to tell you your vision. Get with those old heads, right? Who made it possible for us to be sitting here today. I saw something recently, and it said that my grandfather, he walked 10 miles. My father walked 5 miles. I drive, we'll just say a Lincoln, right? My son will drive a Ferrari. His son will be walking. So the point in that was, hard times make strong men. Easy times make weak men. So we are at a point, we're in an impasse right now to where we can choose whether or not our sons are going to be the ones walking, or our sons going to be the ones in the Ferrari, but yet still strong men. Right? We don't have to be impoverished in order to be strong. We don't have to we don't have to get to the point. And if you look around, a lot of people feel like we're getting to this point. We don't have to get to the point to where we are literally fighting to survive. We don't have to get to that point to where we can't trust anybody because you don't know who's going to stab you in the back just for a loaf of bread, right? Those are those hard times. But out of those hard times, in the past, we've seen where we have progressed. Unfortunately, that's repeated over and over again. So at what point are we going to learn? What point are we going to stand up, men, and stop being told what to do and actually come together as men like we're created to do and create a situation to where we are doing what we were created to do. First and foremost, worship God. That's what we were created for. The Bible says that men were created for God. Women were created for us, right? So that's kind of why it's our responsibility to take care of them, which is why it's God's responsibility to take care of us. However, due to certain circumstances, we still have to go about things a certain way. We still have to work. We still have to till the earth with our hands. Doesn't mean that everybody has to be a gardener or everybody has to be a carpenter or something like that. That's just not smart either, right? Although knowing how to do those things is a good skill to have, right? I'll leave it alone. So, all that being said, and I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Toni Braxton, for those who know who that is, with Dr. Dre, so obviously way back in the day, had a song saying, just be a man about it. Just be a man about it. Just be a man about it. And go ahead, bump what you're being told a man looks like, and find out from a man what a man looks like. Bump what they're telling you we're supposed to dress like and act like, and look at a man and see what you're supposed to dress like and act like. This is a knock, most definitely. This is a knock on the institution who is telling you that you're not what you were created to be. It's really that simple. You are a protector, man. You are a provider, man. So be a man. Be a man. Allow that woman to nurture those babies. Yeah, we have to nurture them too. But they're better at it. Period. Because that's what they created for. We are better at getting out there and busting our knuckles, building the house so that we can get with our wife and create our children, and then teach our boys how to replace us, how to take care of that woman, how to take care of those children, how to encourage and strengthen your brother, not tear him down. That's what we do, right? As boys, if we had a disagreement, my bad, I almost said your name, dude. It's been years, so yeah. But my best friend in elementary school, he and I, we fought. We fought. Like literally had what they used to call fisticuff, even though it wasn't fair, but whatever. It's not my fault. He started with me. But anyway, he was still my best friend. And you know what happened after that? We drove on. We kept moving. When I went to, got some school clothes, he and his mom came with us and we got the same freaking clothes. Right? We went to the same school, look-alike brothers, and we did the whole little brothers, blood, pat, whatever that crap was we used to do back then. But we moved on past that. So, as a man, that's what we do. If we have to, as a man, it should be a little different. As a man, we should be able to vocalize our opinions, disagree, see where the other man's coming from. Okay, I can see that. No, I can't see that. Help me see what you're talking about. Okay, cool. I get what you're coming from. My bad. I meant this. Or it was supposed to be this way. All right, my bad, man. Gotcha. And then we drive on. Building together. There's so much more I want to say, honestly. Unfortunately, at this time, even though we just have to be careful as a nation and as a world, but there's just certain things I'm not at liberty to say. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you understand where I'm coming from. You know why I say what I say. But just because I can't, you can. And so if you are picking up what I'm putting down, please share that, all right? And encourage your boys to be men. Encourage your men to be men. Unfortunately, my mother's not here. Mama's been gone for 20 plus years now. Excuse me. And if Mama was here today, there's no way in the universe I'll be relying on Mama. Back to the Bible. The Bible tells me I'm supposed to leave my mother and father and cleave to my wife. All right? I'm supposed to be, when I have an issue, I'm supposed to run to my wife. All right? Not Mama, wife. So, for you men out there who are, especially my age or older, dude, love your mom. Respect your mom. Don't rely on your mom. That's not a man, dude. That's a boy. That's a boy. As a man, you provide where you can for your mom, especially if your dad's gone. All right? Or unfortunate circumstances where either he's he's gone. Regardless of how he's gone, he's gone. Then yeah, you provide for mom, right? You can still have a relationship with her, but your wife comes first. I had a conversation with a couple of guys, and they were saying, and I really need to cut this off. They're saying that when my kids come first, ain't wrong. Not if you are attempting to be a godly man. If you're a worldly man, then none of this even applies to you. Well, that's not true. It still applies. It's just whether or not you want to implement it or not. But as a godly man, of course, God comes first. After God, then comes your wife, the woman you chose. Especially if you're here in America, where we don't do arranged marriages. You choose that woman. And then come your children. Granted, of course, we're always supposed to respect our elders, regardless of who they are. Right? We're supposed to respect and reverence our parents, those people who brought us here, those people who not only brought us here, but raised us, provided for us, and did all these things without, in most cases, asking for something in return, especially when we were younger, right? So, be a man, and in being a man takes care of his family. A man provides for his family, regardless of the situation, regardless. And that can be providing, because I know there's some men out there who are in between situations. Then I know there's some men out there who unfortunately just physically can't get out there and do stuff. That doesn't mean you can't still provide. That doesn't mean you still, no, dude. If you're a man, you're a man. And your child, when you carry yourself like a man, your child will respect you regardless of your current physical status or even your financial one. A man provides by giving them lessons, by teaching them, by talking to their child, by talking to their wife. The man provides conversation. The man provides security. The man provides anything that needs to be provided at the time. I'm not going to go out here and buy my daughter or my wife a freaking new sweater if they got holes in their shoes. What sense does that make? Right? So if they need shoes, I provide them shoes because that's what they need. If they need food, I provide them food. If they need comfort and security, I provide them comfort and security. If I am physically unable to do so, then I go and I get in Atlanta, right? Of course, I'm being silly about Atlanta. For those who know Atlanta, Atlanta is not about to kill nothing. But I go and I get a dog. I go and I get a security system. And I go and I get a freaking shotgun or something that's going to send your butt 3 houses down the road if you come up in here threatening my family. All right? So whatever you have to do, that's what you provide. That's a man. If my wife turned around and started making, it doesn't matter if she made $1 more than me or 3 times more than me, that doesn't make me less of a man. And my wife wouldn't feel this way, but she should never feel like she is the man or that she is in charge. She should never feel that way because she makes more money than me. And so what? As a godly woman, it goes God, it goes your husband, then there's the babies. It doesn't go God, self, and whomever else. No. And again, that's one of those things, if you aren't seeking to be a godly person, then that's a different conversation. But for those individuals that are desiring to be godly people, to please God, make him happy, make him proud, which, personal opinion, I feel like we should all be, but then it's God first. And then the being that he created for himself, be it man, and then the being that he created for man, being woman. Not my opinion, it's in the book. So you read that for yourself, right? And I'll say this, and I'll get out of here. For those individuals who have heard about the Bible or familiar with the Bible, even a little bit, most of us are familiar with the creation of the earth, according to the Bible, right? So God created the heavens and the earth, and he put everything here, and the last thing he created were the human beings. He created the humans after everything else was there. Personal opinion, I believe that God had that example set to show us how we are supposed to go about our business with our families. We go out there and we get everything together so that our family is comfortable, our family is provided for. I also personally kind of think that we're supposed to have certain things in place prior to getting married, right? And the Jews in particular in the Bible, they would go and I'm pretty sure it's betroth the woman, right? But then they would leave that woman, so basically engage, right? You would be engaged with this woman, and our verbiage will go, they will go, and they will prepare a place for them. And then they will come back and retrieve her, right? And then they will be married, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So once you know who, then you get prepared or what, so that way they can come in and be comfortable. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, men, we have to embrace being a man. We have to be secure with being a man and not allow these people, again, who can give two craps about us, not listen to them and them telling us what a man is. If you want to know what a man is, if you want to know what a man looks like, you read about him. There's plenty of men out there, men that we would consider great men, awesome men, good men, blah, 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 that we can read about. There's plenty of those same men that we can read about, whether we read about that same person, whether they're alive or not, or there are other examples of what men are, that we can go out there and talk to them, sit down with them, spend time with them, learn from them, right? Now, there's some things out there that certain men do that we look up to, that we disagree with. Cool beans. Chew the fish, spit out the bones, right? Things that we don't like, we throw them over here. Things we do like, we put over here. And we build to where we want to be and how we want to be, right? And women, ladies, my sisters, please encourage your men, your daddy, your brother, your sons, your cousins, but whatever. Encourage them. Don't tell them. Do not tell them they need to be a man. Don't do that. You just encourage them. And you encourage them through your words. You encourage them through your actions. Right? And shoot. There's a certain subtlety that you guys have. All right? So be subtle with, all right, well, my dad he's a man's man. So let me try and get my whatever he is to you, husband, son, whatever, with my dad or whomever that guy is. Just try to orchestrate that. Don't tell him, no, you need to be more like da 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 da, or you're nothing like blah 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 blah. Hey, that's how you get him to do what the society wants him to do and run away. Don't do that. Encourage that brother. Encourage that man. My wife is my wife. My wife is my woman. But spiritually, she's my sister. And the spiritual side should be taking precedence over the earthly side. So then from that aspect, she has a responsibility to me and God to make sure that I'm being uplifted. Not that stroking my ego crap. Not saying that, right? That's a form of manipulation, right? That in essence is being disrespectful to him, right? Which can backfire, and then you play yourself because you did that to yourself. But encourage that brother. Lift him up. Lift him up. Encourage him. When he's down, encourage him. When he's up, encourage him, right? And my brothers, yes, they get on our nerves. They get on our nerves. I'm saying they get on our nerves. That being said, I have obviously a wife and a daughter, but I also have a sister and a mother. Again, yes, mama been gone for a lot of years, but I still have one. And so all my life, a female has gotten on my nerves. But that same female that has gotten on my nerves, it's also been my job to protect that female. It's also been my job to provide whatever I needed to provide for that female. Mama needed water. Guess who had to provide that water? Me. That's still a form of provision. Mama needed some medicine, or she needed her glasses, or TV change, or food, or whatever. It was my job, my responsibility to provide that. My sister needed to be walked home from school. It was my job to provide that. When somebody was getting on her nerves or bothering her, it was my job to provide that security for her then, right? Fast forward, my daughter, same situation. When she needs, there was a time when the AC went out. Baby girl is hot. The house is hot. And we have a fan. Okay, cool. But what would I look like as a man sleeping in the bed next to my wife with the fan on and baby girl's in there sweating her hair out? So, no. I got my butt up in the middle of the night. I didn't say anything. Obviously, I should have said something to the wife, but she could see me, right? Got my butt up, got dressed, went to the store. Fortunately, 2000 whatever, there's 24-hour stores. I bought Lil Mama a brand new fan, and I walked right into a room, put the fan together, turned it on, and took my butt back to bed. Providing, right? People misunderstand providing perhaps, but look more into it. Providing what? If you look at the what, think about the what and provide that. Don't just say because I'm out here and I'm working. That's cool. The freaking CEO of IBM, if IBM is still a thing, he's working. The freaking guy who's mopping the floor at McDonald's, he's working. You both are working. It's just more often than not, just being real, the guy, that CEO, he probably just thinking, well, I gotta work all these hours, I got all this money, so I'm providing. And his children are suffering because he isn't providing. exactly what they need. It's not just money. Whereas that guy who's struggling, right? He goes and he provides that fan. Or he goes and he provides the new pair of shoes. He goes without, but his baby isn't going to school with holes in their shoes. All right. So that's what I want to talk about. I'm letting this go. Hopefully you're still here. I appreciate those who are here, and I appreciate those who swung by earlier. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, my warrior family, warrior salute. Peace.